So you might not have seen this, but a video has gone viral where human Zen pouch, Theo Von, has a sort of change of heart, and on his comedy podcast expresses deep sympathy and empathy for everything that's happening right now to people in Gaza.
That I think we're watching probably like, one of the sickest things that's ever happened.
And you might think, hey, this is a cool thing, right? We need a Joe Rogan of the left. So now this comedy guy who hangs out with lots of right-wing people is expressing these sympathies, is acknowledging that something horrible is happening in Gaza, and is acknowledging that America is complicit in that, and that Americans themselves are complicit in that. And this is good, right? No, it's not good. It's not good at all, because he's full of it. He's just totally, completely full of it. Why do I know that he's full of it? Well, because right after this video came out, our guy was on President Trump's Middle East tour doing comedy. He was doing comedy for Trump and Trump's family. According to one article about his trip, he took the stage before Trump and delivered a routine that included jokes about drugs, disabilities, homosexuality, terrorism, and Qatari culture. Okay, he also said, where do you think the next 9/11 should happen? It's kind of a funny thing to say in front of a bunch of troops, but it's worse than that, right? Because not only was Theo Von hanging out, traveling the globe with Trump, one of the guys who's doing the thing, one of the main guys who's doing the thing, one of the big boys who's making sure that the thing happens. He also recently sat down for dinner with his pals, Ivanka Trump. I don't care if I get her name right, and Jared Kushner. Jared Kushner, you might not know this, he suggested that maybe once we're done in Gaza, they could redevelop all that land to do real estate things with, where the place where all the people lived, that at that point will be just genocided or displaced such that they can do real estate stuff. This is something that Jared Kushner said out loud with his human mouth. He said, it's a little bit of an unfortunate situation there, but from Israel's perspective, I would do my best to move the people out and then clean it up. He said, but I don't think that Israel has stated that they don't want people to move back there afterwards. I mean, look at this headline. Jared Kushner says, Gaza's waterfront property could be very valuable. Donald Trump's son-in-law also says Israel should bulldoze an area of the Negev desert and move Palestinians there. That sounds cool. Sounds like a cool thing to say. Cool thing, especially if you're friends with your bud Theo Von. So no, Theo Von, I don't think it's good enough for you to break down on your podcast, having an emotional moment about how bad you feel when you are hanging out with people that are actively perpetuating the genocide. And not only that, you're dining down, eating ceviches or whatever you guys were eating. I don't know what they were eating. You're dining down with a guy who wants to then take advantage of that genocide and do real estate stuff with his real estate friends after displacing people, okay? These are the guys you're hanging out with. These are the guys that you're normalizing. These are the guys that you are complicit with. One might think of this as like, oh, it's just a comedian, just a comedian. What do comedians know? Court jester shit, guys. Because what did the court jester do? The court jester was able to critique the king, do some little giggles. People would say, oh, bad, he's so bad, he's so bad, he's saying bad stuff about the king. But what the jester did was confirm the king's power. It created a little space for everyone to get their giggles off while just giving more power to the king. And that's like the best case scenario here for what Vaughn is doing. And listen, I get it. Like seeing a person who you might not think of as a politically progressive person express an opinion that you think is a good opinion can feel nice, can feel good, can feel validating, but don't fall for it is all that I'm saying, because he's saying that to get a bunch of clicks, which make him a bunch of money. And then he goes and hangs out with the guys who are doing the thing. I don't know. I guess I'll give Theo the final word here.
You notice, like, what are we doing?
Indeed, my guy. What are we doing? Oh, hey, if you didn't know, this is a second channel that I started for streams and clips and reaction stuff. You can subscribe. You can check out the Patreon. You can subscribe to the main channel. Or you can do nothing. You can just do nothing, and that's fine too, because life is hard. And who am I to ask you to do anything else? If you're still at this point in the video, you're a god in my book. So hopefully you're doing okay. Hopefully you're taking care of yourself. Hopefully you're feeling good. Dude, Theo Von, what are we doing,
You notice, like, what are we doing?